Well, hello there folks, and welcome to our gameplay video for Age of Sail. We're going to jump in here and play a battle, but I want to let you guys know that this game is still in very early access. There is a lot to be added, so don't judge it solely on the gameplay here, but I know you guys are eager to see some gameplay from this particular title, so we're going to jump right in. Now, the mission we're playing today is going to be called Filthy Smugglers, folks, and it's going to showcase something I love about this game, and that is that this is not just Age of Sail combat between ships, although you do have certain battles where that is the case. There's also a land combat element, and in this case, we are playing as the British trying to stop these filthy Spanish smugglers. We're in command of a flotilla, the Majesty Briggs, on a mission to raid a smuggler's lair. Her Majesty's Service Helena is already approaching the operational area, while Her Majesty's Star is following from a distance. Now, we want to try and get over here and essentially take this island from the smugglers. Their lair is here, and unfortunately, since our current government is at war with so many different countries, the British government, we need to rely on our colonists and a small regiment of Marines to try and take out the enemy. And as you can see, these Marines are actually going to the various English settlers here on this island and asking them to join the cause against the Spanish and against the French, both of them we're currently at war with, and stop them from smuggling, because obviously their resources are going to be worth a lot more if not smuggled here by the enemy. So we're going to land the troops at Helena with the settlers, and we're going to attack this outpost, guys. We're hoping that here we can finish off the outpost, destroy the smugglers once and for all, and secure this island for Her Majesty, or His Majesty. The HMS Star will sail into sight. When smugglers respond as expected, sail with the Star to this position, land our troops, and attack the unprotected base. So we need to start an initial attack and then follow up with a secondary one to really wrap up the battle. It's just beautiful. So guys, we're going to make haste with a Helena. What we want to do is we want to move forward, and we want to land the troops immediately. Once the troops from the Helena land, then our men will be prepared to appropriately take on the Spanish and hopefully defeat them. We can't have smuggling here in our trade routes. It's just not good for business, unless we're the ones doing the smuggling, of course. Our settlers have arrived, my friends, and we're going to be using the Helena to provide fire support to the settlers. I'm actually going to go ahead and just drop anchor once we get about here. If we look over here, we've got a bunch of settlers advancing, led by Talbot here at... Actually, sorry, Talbot is just an artilleryman. But some Fletcher, Whately. I think Whately is the main commander here. You guys can probably already see the similarities here with Ultimate General Civil War and Ultimate General Gettysburg. Keep in mind, these games are made by the same people, but also keep in mind this is very early access, guys. So the combat we see here is just an early version of what's to come. We are moving forward with Her Majesty's men. And it looks like we got a whole bunch of settlers here and just a few Marines to help out. The Marines are going to be the most effective in combat. We've also got some artillery. Oh, goody, goody. I mean, really happy there. I was thinking of dropping anchor, but we're going to probably be moving around a bit here. So I'm not going to drop anchor. I'll just drop sail. So we'll go a little bit slower, and I'll just keep pretty much turning back and forth here at the mouth of this river. I think this is where we're going to get the most damage against the French. Or, excuse me, against the Spanish this time. You might be wondering to yourself, what's the soundtrack for this game like? You could probably hear some of it. I didn't want to put it on full blast because YouTube loves those copyright issues. But it's Hail Britannia makes one of the songs on the soundtrack really nice to listen to, especially when you're advancing on a French outpost. Here we go. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Yes, the game does have the ability to fast forward, slow down, etc., as you'd expect. But I just want to go ahead and really fast forward with these guys. Oh boy, it's going to be a shallow turn, but they can make it. And there we go. We see the first French approaching, and, excuse me, Spanish. I keep saying French. It's because of the blue. Ortega is approaching, so we're just going to let our ship fire at will. And he will fire at will as soon as he spots the enemy. Probably what we want to do is actually turn our guns around and fire from this angle, and we can do that. As we approach a little bit closer, I'm going to send Talbot with the settlers forward to just kind of scout the area. These open areas are always, potentially deadly. Just like in Ultimate General, we want to try and stay in the trees. We get the most cover from the trees. And sure enough, first group of Spanish arriving, Ortega, we're going to go ahead and return fire. The rest of our boys, we will proceed forward, including Culpepper. I'd like to have Culpepper set up on this side. We know that the initial outpost is there. The secondary outpost is going to be all the way back here. So this is sort of the fake decoy outpost, but they're still going to defend it with their lives. So let's take it, boys. I can already hear some shots cracking through the trees. Okay, there we go. Got some enemy settlers. Fletcher. Talbot. Quite a few of them advancing. Look at this group of Spaniards, guys. Let's send them right back to the fort. Post haste. Now, we're not going to be doing any charges. We're just going to engage with our rifles. It looks like the enemy might have different ideas. But I believe we outnumber them at least right here. And they might start taking off pretty soon. Monino is taking some nasty shots. Again, I want Culpepper right up there. Right up close and personal, man. Got some more enemies advancing. We'll push forward as well. We don't stop pushing against this outpost. Boys. Get the Spaniards. Lantera, it looks like maybe just a scout unit is continuing to fire and then retreating. Using those Spanish guerrilla tactics, of course. And there we go. We just got a nice shot from the Helena. If you guys saw those explosions, we've got some craters there. That's why we've got the Helena close by, because she can provide some additional firepower, naval firepower, onto the enemy. That's always a bonus. Looks like they might also have some supplies here, guys. I think I want to go for those supplies. I don't want to send our best men, though, first. And sure enough, our best men are led by a commander named Esther. They are our Marines. So I'm going to send the settlers forward, 2 groups of settlers. Let's see if they can take the area. For your families, boys. Oh, to heck with it. I'm a Agrippa Maxenius. Have you ever known me to wait? Let's go. I'm guessing in a climate like this, malaria is going to kill more men than any bullet possibly could. So let's get to it, boys. Now again, we're supposed to receive some assistance pretty soon from another ship to really take out their main base. And look at that, they certainly have a lot of guys here at the fake base still. We want to keep the fight going. We don't want to stop. We want to get them to retreat to their main base. That would be a best-case scenario. In fact, I'm going to move Bester forward. I do want the Marines to be kind of on the front lines here, because there's quite a lot of Spanish here, and they actually have their own group of Marines there. If you see that, 60. There they do. And sure enough, the smugglers have taken the bait. There they go. Beautiful. I'm going to let the... Yeah, the Marines know what they're doing. Look at that beautiful volley. See, also a lot more orderly than the settlers' volley. Now, just like Ultimate General, we could charge, try to take them out with a charge. In fact, right here, there's a charge going on against Lorena, so I'm going to charge also with our Marines. Charge, boys! For king and country! Glory! Still more enemy Marines here. We better put the gun on them. Keep on firing here. We have secured the outpost. That doesn't mean much if we can't hold it. Another thing we have to do, we got to bring this cannon across, man. Alright, the British Marines against the Spanish Marines, Marineros. It's a pretty close fight. I'm just hoping our boys come out on top. Especially with more enemies approaching here. Ramos and a few others. And no, our Marines have taken off. We are not going to charge at all anymore. We're just going to keep firing. Looks like Bester quickly regenerated, and actually the enemy Marines took off too with only 24 men alive. However, Captain Bill Whately has been killed. Leader of the settlers here. It's never good to hear. I have to say, and again, this is an early access game. Super Alpha, but the portraits have taken a nosedive. I hope that they improve that, because the portraits for Ultimate General Civil War were so beautiful. I'm sure they could do something similar. This looks very Total War-ish, portrait-wise. Come on, boys, keep it up. This is truly the fight for the outpost, guys. With all these trees in the way, all this jungle. It must be so hard to secure an actual target. In fact, I think I want to get Talbot even closer, but I'm afraid to move. My question is, when do we get our reinforcements? I'm going to try to get this ship closer, although I don't think the Helena can provide much more support. There's Culpepper. I hope he can fire here without hitting his own men. I think we can. I think we'll be alright. We've got to get that thing set up quickly. It almost looks like our men, our settlers here, led by Fredericks, are taking cover behind the boxes here at the outpost. It should be pretty cool. And it looks like they're being charged here by some enemy settlers. Fredericks is running, but we are not going to take the bait. We're not going to charge. Although I can see that our artillery started to fire, we're just going to let the Marines deal with Lastera. And Fredericks will probably reform here. In fact, Whately has reformed, so I want to get him over here in the woods, firing at the enemy. Bring Fletcher back over. Love to get a shot on these guys, but they're just too far away. The line is... They're closing in on us. This is dangerous. We must be more aggressive here. Might even have to do a charge in time. But right now I'm just going to let them fire away at Lastera. I feel like Lastera is very close to breaking. And I don't want to be in the damn water if we have to start firing. There we go! Nice! We are getting some ship fire at Monino. And I'm going to have to engage him with Fletcher here in the water, even though this is a terrible position. Hopefully we get some lucky volleys. Fire away, Helena. Boys, we need your fire continuously. Moving Fletcher back up. Although you can see here Talbot is taking quite a beating. We've got Whately here, charging Lastera. I'm going to try to bring in Fletcher to really knock Leon out of the fight. Well, I'm not sure we can do it, guys. Even Culpepper, our artillery, is focusing on Leon here. No, no, turn this way. Turn this way. Try to get Whately to fire on Monino's flank. Oh my goodness, look, we just hit our own damn men. We hit Fletcher. How frustrating is that? We just hit Fletcher with a nasty volley here. And it looks like the only men remaining on that side of the actual island are Marines. Our Marines are the only ones that will continue the fight. We really need our other ship to appear so that we can go ahead and launch the attack on the main enemy outpost. For now, let's try and take Monino out, get him out of the fight. Bestor is holding on. It's incredible, but he's going to break very soon. And there we go. Bestor has broken. Try to get Fredericks over here. Just want to try to defend our artillery if possible. If possible is the key word here. Shall not surrender, boys. We are the British Empire. The battle is not yet over. I think Ramos is about to get out of here as well. But really, Monino is just a pain because he is, despite having low numbers, he's sticking around. And now that we've got him in this river tile, it's going to be a lot easier, I think, to dish out the damage. Of course, the settlers and the artillery are exhausted. But they can't be exhausted now. We actually managed to smash some of the smugglers. Move Whately up here. Hopefully there'll be even more to take out. And maybe another few volleys on Monino will be the end of them. Here we go. Another volley. Now that entire volley just took out one of them, so we gotta get up close and personal. Another unit of smugglers shattered. I told you guys, we can't give up too easily. We've also got the smugglers' cannon artillery piece over here. I'm going to make a push for it, and I'm going to start moving forward with our Marines. Hopefully our Marines are alright there with Bester. There's only 22 of them, but 22 Marines, it makes a whole lot of difference. It looks like Menino is desperately trying to save himself, but we smashed him. He made a desperate charge at Fletcher. Let's be honest, he took after Agrippa with his tactics there, and that allowed us to retake the area. So here we go. Godsey is there. I'm going to try to hit Godsey, the artillery, and I'm going to try to put Talbot in the area. Just pretty much retake the supply depot with a nice standard line. Alright, outpost is ours again. Although a hell of a nice little fight for it, huh? Love the artillery there as well. And Torres here is just one of their supply units. He can't really do much. I'm going to try to do a charge here with Whately. Let's see, charging artillery is probably the best way to take it out instead of just firing at a distance. Their guns are somewhat bigger, which causes some problems. So at this point, guys, you can see the contested outpost. We're just trying to hold it for 30 seconds. If we can hold it for 30 seconds, then of course it becomes ours. And we don't have to worry anymore. But if not, if the enemy retakes it, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. That's another reason I'm really getting quite desperate in eliminating any enemy soldiers in the area, period. Because if they contest it, the timer restarts. That's no fun. Fortunately, our group of settlers that attacked the artillery, they are not coming back to the fight. They've had it. Go for just a good old standard volley now. As you can see, though, in this deep jungle territory, our volley killed only a single man. That's just not acceptable. Fan out. Can't insist enough, guys, that if you are watching the video for the first time, you're on this channel for the first time, subscribe to our channel. We play niche strategy games that few other channels focus on, and also hit that like button and drop a comment. All of that really helps to push us up in the rankings and for us to get more and more of these niche games out to the public. It's really the goal here. Now I'm going to do a concentrated charge. I hope they have enough stamina to make it happen. The Marines will be leading it, so this should be a successful one, even with somewhat faltering morale. And the rear flanked. Oh my goodness, are you serious? Are you serious? That was our own artillery once again that terrified our men away. We're learning something new every day about this game. I like the friendly fire, actually. I mean, I know it's frustrating, but I like it. It's realistic, which is pretty cool. Fletcher, Talbot. Talbot's still in the fight. Poor Marines are not making a good show of it, are they? Let's push our cannons forward. There we go. Bester is back, trying to save his skin from court-martial. Go, boys. They doing a volley before the charge? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The Marines are coming to help you, boys. Don't be afraid. Take no prisoners. These are smugglers, not Spaniards. There we go. They're putting up a pretty good fight, I must say. The artillery team. Let's hope our settlers can knock them out of the actual game. Alright, we took it, boys. And actually secured the crew. Well, it looks like they're running away, but it looks like the artillery may be ours now. At this point, we're just waiting for the contestation of the actual outpost to end, and victory will be ours, at least in this area. Of course, then we've got to go for the main enemy outpost. the real outpost, as it were, with our professional soldiers. But I think the settlers have played their role here. 5 seconds before a victory. I'm going to send the Helena back out and do a better turn. Alright, boys, now it's time to bring our second brig to this position. The Star. And what we're supposed to do is essentially land her here, or keep her here, as we advance with the rest of our troops over to the enemy's final outpost. So we're also going to bring over our other ship, if we can grab her, the Helena. She might not be able to make it over here in time, but we're going to try to assist. And we got to grab all of our forces and push on forward through the swamps, through the muck, towards the enemy position. So I was really trying to take out that supply group first, because they can retake the area, even though I don't really think they will. So we're going to keep Whately back here to try and hold the area and push forward with the rest of our units. The battle is not yet over, folks. Maybe the Helena can rip through there, and then we can reassign her. We may have beached her. I mean, we got so close to the beach so many times and she never beached. Maybe this time she finally beached. There's no getting out of here for her, perhaps. It's certainly a possibility. We'll even give her AI control. It's a shame there's no way to abandon ship as well. There's got to be a button for abandon ship, because then we could actually land our sailors. And even though they're not the best fighters, they can definitely make a difference. There we go. We've got Benya, some enemy Marines over here off on our left side. We've got to engage. We have to engage them. Marines, oh my goodness, look at all these units advancing. I hope that we're going to get some reinforcements. If not, I think that the smugglers, quote-unquote smugglers, are going to have this fight, because those are professional Marines right there. Let's just see if this ship can actually land, or if it's simply, you know, a naval ship to provide a fire support. I think that's what it is. I don't see any crew on board, not sufficient crew to take an entire pirate's lair. You know what, we're going to move Whately through the jungle here to engage the enemy. It's already begun, and that is a huge group of enemies. We're firing from the trees, of course, on Castro. The enemy Marines are going straight for the outpost. Let none pass, boys. That a volley, an entire volley, only taking out one of these professional soldiers. You know, when you're dealing with settlers, these guys have not had combat training. You know, unlike the enemy's Marines have, it can cause some problems, of course. Marines are shattered. To destroy the enemy supply crew. I guess that's cool. They ran towards our ship for whatever reason, but I think this could be in that fight. We shall keep fighting to the end, though, boys. We shall not end here. And if we get those reinforcements, which I'm hoping we'll get, you know, we should be able to accomplish the mission, but I don't think we are. I think what we had to do is bring all of those men over here and have this guy act as fire support, which is really unfortunate. Oh, there we go. Okay. Never mind. We're deploying. We do have some units for sure, but 70? Is 70 enough? Our settlers are essentially keeping the enemy busy, are trying to keep the enemy busy while we get our own soldiers on the ground. But you can see that the fight is being lost quite quickly. I'm hoping to at least knock out one of the Marine units. Deploy and deploy. We'll anchor so that the high speed isn't an issue. And I believe we might even have... There we go. There's our units. So what we're going to do is take... And I love this aspect of the game, the ability to have these, like, these rowboats to get on land. So we're going to send these guys on land quickly, and I think we might even be able to get some of them... Yep, off our other ship, the Helena. So we're going to go ahead and grab them and try and go around. This is... Wow, I see how the trickery here is working against the Spaniards. They're going for this outpost, trying to defend this. We're going for their actual main base with our force. Is it going to work? I don't know, guys. I am going to keep the star over here to provide fire support, if at all possible. Although we may have beached her. I'm not sure if she can get out of here. Let's see. Here we go. Go, boys. Professional Marines. Forward. Looks like professional Marines mixed in with some colonists, actually. Sort of a mix here. Paget could almost be a French name. It's interesting. Okay, so yeah, we've got these Canadians on the way now. Obviously, we could have let them out here, and maybe that was a better idea because we would make the enemy think we still had more men in this area. Right now, we're down to just the cannons, but so much bravery shown by our men here. But yeah, I think what we're going to do is just bring them around and pretty much have them join this attack here. Faster, men! What a tragic end for our settlers, although I'm sure the Crown wasn't too concerned with our settlers there. They were more concerned with the value of this outpost. And if we can take this area, then it's going to be a victory, settlers or no settlers. So there we go. Just getting these ships to get here on time. And what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to skip to the combat, so you guys don't have to sit through this entire process of just getting into position. You could always use the fast forward button if it's too much for you, but in this case, we're going to go ahead and skip forward. Now we've arrived in full force, my friends, and as you can see, only Acevedo, one of the Spanish Marine groups, has remained here at their fort. So we're going to see if we can't turn this battle around and go ahead and just destroy the enemy here, get rid of them once and for all. Hopefully they'll be focusing over here on the Helena and totally not even notice that we're taking positions at their main fort here. As you can see, there's also a defensible position inside the fort, so if we can take it, we really want to go ahead and get in there with some men and just set up a perimeter, pretty much. Here we go. Got everything here, man. They've got some ships. They can just take those little boats, get over here on this river, go out to sea, do what they want, smuggle anything through this area. It makes sense how this would be a smuggler's paradise island. Just being able to smuggle from one side to the other would be extremely easy. Fire. Forward, boys. We've got individual commanders for every one of these Marine units. So we don't have to worry so much about men getting killed here. The volley doesn't break them, the bayonet will. All we have to do, guys, 6 seconds or 8 seconds on the contested layer. This is probably what gives us the victory if we can manage to send the pirates packing here. They don't have enough time to get back here, and likely, because of the professional troops we have landed, it would be too difficult for them to take back the actual area. We would defend it quite well. We'd have our troops pretty much everywhere prepared for them. I'm hoping that's exactly what happens here. And sure enough, they are taking off. The layer is contested for 6 seconds. I told you about the defensible position inside, so I'm going to send one group in there, and just a few groups, just in case the enemy decides to come back here in the woods, prepared to put up a final defense. Another reason we have to put up a final defense is the Her Majesty's Star, as soon as she landed, the men took off and retreated without taking any damage. She just didn't want to be anywhere near this island, and I can't say I really blame the ship, or the captain. Getting off this island is probably a good idea. Let's get another one of the units to move up here with Waller. Two seconds, only one more second after this. Now, of course, the 2 seconds in these games, usually more like 40 or 50 seconds probably, maybe even a little longer. But I'm confident that the enemy has not realized that this is where we are, or only just realized this is where we are. And I think we've got a victory here, in the name of His Majesty. That's going to be it, guys. We captured the lair for sure, officially. But now I wonder, the time left continues. No, is that going to be it? Soon your sailors will transfer the captured supplies from the lair to the embarkation point. Protect the wagons in embarkation zone. Wow. All right, still some more to do. Man, they certainly give you a lot to do in these fights. I like that. So we're going to try and capture the embarkation zone. We'll send our sailors down south. I'm going to keep a few Marines up here, though, just in case. We'll bring these guys down, but we'll keep these guys there, Waller's men. Yep, see, good idea that we kept them here, because actually we do have some enemies approaching. No, we're going to have to keep Wallace here as well. We'll just keep our men in the woods, prepared for any borders. Just 2 groups of Marines to take the embarkation zone. I hope it's enough. I also hope that the supplies can fire back. I mean, they do have soldiers guarding those supplies. I hope that those rifles aren't just for show. Nice. Yeah, we sent the skirmishers packing almost immediately. Soto's men. We're going to chase Soto here, actually. And sure enough, yeah, we do have a few enemies still here, a few enemy settlers. We're going to have to put the sword to them. And again, I really want Wallace and Waller just to focus on Soto here. Oh, he's going to go for a charge. Why are they so brave? They're way too brave. Been to the Agrippa Maxentius School of Strategy. Constant attacks for no reason whatsoever. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can put them down with a nice volley. We have secured the embark point. I'm hoping that they will just continue forward here. If we have them out here on the beach, I figure we should get a great volley on them. You can also, just like Ultimate General Civil War, you can see the kills we've gotten there, the deaths our own unit has taken. Good shot. It's our turn now. I don't like the fact that the enemy Marines are actually advancing here. Can't we just send our boys here? I think at this point the embark point is of total import. So yeah, it's all about the embark point at this point. Okay, if I say that word again, kill me. Here we go. We're going to send our guys down here and try and keep them stalled pretty much while we take this area. If we need to, we'll send the rest of our boys back, because Serrano here, so they're still putting up a fight. He refuses to give up. Pirates don't like it, apparently, when you take their supplies. Who would have known? Who would have known? We'll grab Whitefield here. I'm pushing him up as well. Well, I'm going to put him in the jungle over here. Are our men almost arriving? We should keep one unit in the fort. No, I don't think so, because they're actually going wide of the fort. So I'll just move our units in their way, period. Maybe something like this. Something like this would be perfect. I don't expect these Marines to survive, but at least they gave it their all. Suddenly in the mood to watch some Sharps rifles. Paget? Oh my goodness, look at that. I did not see that Marine unit right there. Let's engage immediately. We'll bring Paget up to assist, but it looks like they're going for a charge. De Mercado is going for a charge on Whitefield. We can't lose the position, guys. We can't lose it. We've done so well. Whitefield has been wounded. That's the commander for that unit. And actually, our group is retreating quickly en masse. Now, that is not something I expected, to say the least. Come on, Paget. We need you here, son. Maybe if Paget leads the charge, the enemy will be sufficiently surprised. I'm not sure, though. I'm amazed at how quickly he was able to actually knock our guy out. Let's do a volley this way. Serrano is such an annoying unit. All right, here we go, guys. De Mercado. And no, I think they've got this. Look at all of our Marines just running for their lives here. I think we lose this fight, my friends. We're going to try and melee them. So I don't see any other chance here but to attack. We've got our boys back. We've got to send them in. Again, we just need to secure the embark point, so this is going to require a final charge. There's no other way to break through here. It's going to be a final charge to see who can make it, and I think, unfortunately, the Spanish have gotten this one. Man, so much. We went through so much to lose in the end. That's too bad. There's a lot to do. I still liked it. I think I had a lot of fun. But yeah, I can certainly see the similarities between this and Ultimate General. Now I'm not even really paying attention. I'm just kind of sending our guys in for death. A lot of similarities to Ultimate General Civil War, things like that. I can certainly see, you know, the things that really kind of remind me of that game and of the company in general. But I definitely want to see, you know, where this game goes. There's still a lot of work to be done, guys. This is very, very early access. Like, extremely early access stuff. So, again, don't judge the game just by this single battle. There's a lot of ways this can improve and change. I like it so far, to be honest with you. I don't know how you guys feel, but let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this long but engaging battle, and I hope to see you guys on future videos. Make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe for more Agrippa Maxentius content.